What if the Chicago Bears are on the verge of something monumental? Something that could finally shatter the chains of mediocrity that have bound us for too long? What if the winds of change at Hollis Hall are carrying whispers of a new dawn? A resurgence that could elevate us back to our rightful place among the NFL elite? Well, Bears fans, brace yourselves. There's a buzz echoing through the tunnels of Soldier. Feel that suggests we are on the brink of seismic shifts. Hit that like button, subscribe for every heart-stopping development, and let's dive deep into the rumors that have us all on the edge of our seats. Inside sources have dropped tantalizing hints that Chicago might just be securing a game-changing talent, name that sends shivers down the spines of opponents and ignites sparks of hope in the hearts of loyal fans. Whispers are swirling, smoke, signals rising from camp, hinting that motives are hidden in the shadows' desperate moves. Sudden twists and unexpected announcements laced with genuine urgency are out there. Can you feel that tingle in the air, Chicago? Can you sense that special feeling that tells you something big is brewing? And it's not just the brisk winds of a Midwestern summer fading into fall. Oh no, it's something deeper. Bears fans, get ready, because the buzz has coalesced into the announcement that the Bears have officially signed Ozzy Trapilo to a new contract. That's right, the signing of this formidable lineman is more than merely fulfilling a roster spot. It is a bold statement to everyone in the league. It signals that we're done with the days of being an afterthought. Trapilo, known for his toughness and versatility, brings something significant to the table, a relentless drive not just to compete, but to dominate in a city that thrives on grit and determination. His addition is about more than numbers. It's about reclaiming an identity that had been lost for far too long, an identity reminiscent of legends like Walter Payton and Brian Urlacher, who embodied the spirit of the Bears and the hunger that runs through this franchise's veins. Let's rewind the clock for a moment. Remember those heart-wrenching losses? The near misses that burned through us when the dreams of Super Bowls felt so close yet so far away? The time is now, my friends, to harness that pain and turn it into power. With Trapilo in the fold, we're not just bolstering our offensive line, we're building a fortress around our quarterback, ensuring he has the time and protection he needs to work his magic. But let me ask you, what if this isn't just the spark we need? What if Ozzy becomes the cornerstone that allows our strong young quarterback to flourish and build a fierce legacy right here in Chicago? A future where we can say great names like Mahomes and Allen don't intimidate us. We'll have our own star rising in the Windy City. Or flip the coin and hear me out. What if this turns into another miscalculation and we find ourselves another year deep in turmoil? While Trapilo struggles to find his footing at the pro level, that's the risk we take. Folks, high stakes in an era where the fit has to be right, or the dream could spiral right into our own hearts and shatter us again. As training camp hurdles closer to kickoff, the air is thick with the tension of anticipation, an electric force ready to burst wide open. Trapilo's presence might serve as not only a boost to our line, but also a mentor figure guiding rookies through the intimidating transition from college to the NFL. What could this mean for the younger players stepping up, like those hungry draft picks just waiting for their chance to prove themselves? But it still remains, what lies on the other side of training camp? As we face opposing defenses that are more ruthless than ever, will Trapilo rise to the occasion? Or is this just another chapter in the long history of the Bears being viewed as eternal underdogs? Feel that icy breeze, Chicago. It's time to prepare yourselves. The countdown to camp is on, and this signing could very well hold the key to unlocking a future we've so desperately longed for. But we can't leave this without a final thought hanging heavily in the air. What happens if the Bears find themselves standing once again amidst the glow of the playoff lights, all because of this very move? Will Trapilo be the one to help? You remember who we are? Stay tuned, Bears fans. The chapters of this saga are just beginning to unfold, and they might just leave you breathless. Part 2 is coming, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Bears fans, it's time for us to rally. Just as we did in '85, when our team wasn't just a franchise, they were a declaration. We have endured the haunting echoes of Soldier Field, where dreams came to die in bitter cold, and each four-quarter collapse has felt like shoving our hearts in a meat grinder. But what if this season, just this once, we flip the narrative? Picture it, the locker room filled with the fiery spirit of those legend Singletary's intensity, Ehrlicher's unyielding grit, the excitement when Hester was about to take a kick return, and the noise of the crowd swelling, a deafening wave crashing against the shoreline of hope. But lately, standing at the crossroads of ambition and despair, I can't help but feel the current of something deeper brewing beneath the surface. Sure, we've got Justin Fields, who flashes brilliance like the Hulk that's been almost snuffed out over the years. Yet behind the scenes, I can almost see the whispers and hear the boardroom discussions. Are they truly committed to building a winner, or is this just another Band-Aid slapped on a gaping wound? Imagine if the front office has these plans, the massive moves right there on the table, the plotting that would have the Packers, Lions, and Vikings aware that we are not simply content to be the punching bag anymore. What if they are ready to disrupt the status quo? Now imagine if, with a couple of bold trades and the right picks in the draft, we could reclaim the Windy City's pride, and with it, our gritty roots, punctuating the roar of our history with new legends. But here's the twist. What if, as the questions grow louder, we find out that the people we put our faith in to steer this ship are caught up in their own agendas, unaware that every moment we waste is another lost season to the ghosts of 1985. And 2018, where we stood on the precipice only to watch it crumble? I think about those bitter losses, like the gut-wrenching feeling of watching the clock run out in 2010 against the Packers. That rising expectation turning sour, and there's a chill creeping in like the lake wind off Soldier Field in December, freezing us in a state of uncertainty about whether this team is on the brink of redemption or yet another self-induced spiral. The beer is flowing. The vibe is electric, but all I can sense is the unease, a tight key turning in the back of my mind as we whisper to ourselves, are we just one more heartbreak away from total collapse? As the ghosts of seasons past sit with us at the bar, the question hangs in the air like a last-second pass. Where does this team go from here? Will they rise to reclaim the glory or fall deeper into the shadows of failure? The tension sits heavy, like an unresolved interlude in a symphony that's reaching its climax. Will we see our legacy reignited, or are we destined to repeat the anguishing chorus of despair? The answer is far from certain. But one truth is undeniable. We're all in this together, and it's time to find out if this year will finally be the rebirth of the monsters of the Midway, or just another chapter of painful history shouting in the void, leaving us wondering if hope itself became just another bitter memory of unfulfilled dreams.